Hello, everyone. I'm Clint Hawkins with Agile Resources, a division of GEE Corporation. And I'm excited to be here live with you guys to do another demonstration and talk through some job hunting techniques and skills that hopefully will give you a little bit of an edge on how to find your next job. I'm going to wait for another 30 seconds before I really dive into everything. But today's topic is how to create a job tracker. And a job tracker is a type of tool that we can use um, to help us actually pursue the jobs that we're applying for. And once we hit the 11 o'clock hour, I'll get started with that. I do want to say Merry Christmas to everyone, and I hope you like my background. That you can see here is from the movie Elf, which is my favorite Christmas movie. So I would like to hear what your guys' favorite Christmas movie is. It is the season of Christmas movies, and I've probably watched Elf 4 times already. So there you go. Okay, it's 11 o'clock here in Texas, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. The page that you see right now that I'm sharing is a Google sheet that I have created. Now, in the comments on LinkedIn and the comments on this YouTube post, there is a quick link to this. So you can actually just go click on the hyperlink. It'll pull this exact same sheet up in front of you. You can copy and paste it or save it as a copy for yourself. But the idea of a job tracker, now, this is the most rudimentary basic one. There are actually some really cool Chrome like plugins for job tracking. However, you're kind of locked into their functionality, their UI, the things that they do. But if you just want a really basic one, you could start here. And the idea is we're going to capture the job posting, the job title, and the job posting, I mean, what is the actual hyperlink for it, the job title, the company name, the possible hiring manager, which we'll get into that a little bit more here in a second, the posting contact person, which is usually different from the possible hiring manager, the company website, the login for the portal, whether it's a Workday or ADP or whatever the HR system is that you have to log into to apply online if you didn't apply through Indeed or LinkedIn. When did you submit it? The phone number, the main line for that company, the possible email address. How did you hear about it? Like if you have some type of referral that helped you find that role. Job description keywords. We'll get into why do we have this on the job tracker also. Status of your application. And then any type of notes that you have as far as did you visit them in person? Did you send a follow-up email, anything like that? Any comments that you have? And then possibly the org chart. And that's the idea of you recording not just who you think the hiring manager is, but who else might be on the team and who else might be leading that group that is a couple steps above the hiring manager that you figured out. So this here is the basic framework of creating the job tracker. Now, a couple of reasons why to do this. One, stay organized. There's been twice now in the past 4 years where I've gotten laid off. And I went through the whole job hunting process myself. That was kind of new for me. So I've been recruiting and headhunting for 20 years. And I've been teaching this stuff for a very long time. I started teaching this stuff back to like classroom style, like college graduates and everything, probably, in 2006, 2007. Then, but the problem was I had never really gone through the stress of like going through a layoff or RIF or whatever, getting fired and have to like really pursue something. And that has now happened to me in the past couple of years. It's happened to me twice. So the stuff I'm teaching you guys right now, this isn't just a pie in the sky, I hope it'll work, or I've never really tried it, just kind of teach it. These are things that I would do if I was in your shoes right now to hunt down and find a hiring manager, get their attention, and actually get an interview and push that agenda for yourself versus waiting on the job boards or waiting on your applications. So the job tracker gives you a roadmap to go after it. It gives you an actual like project to follow up on versus just you apply online and you sit and wait. So let's go through a live action, like one particular job and see how would we record everything. So I'm going to pretend I'm looking for a product manager role that might be focused in here in Austin, Texas, where I'm based. So I know Dan Corbin and a handful of other people that I'm friends with here in the Austin area. There's a big group of product managers right now that are job hunting. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of SaaS companies here in the Austin area that have lost funding, have rifts. And so there's a lot of really, really excellent product managers out there looking. So I'm going to do a demo here as if I'm a product manager looking for a role. So, and this is live. So if I got people that are popping up into my feed on LinkedIn, on the messenger, try to ignore that because I'm on here live. So awesome. I put in a search for jobs, product manager, and I've got this first one that pops up with Advera, Advarra, Advera. This one says it has 96 applicants, which does not scare me because if I am applying for this, I'm going to grab the copy link here, by the way. Hopefully you guys saw that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to put the job posting on, boom, like that in my job tracker. We are going to put in the actual product manager, and we're going to say it's with Advera. Boom, boom, possible hiring manager. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure out who the actual hiring manager was. So I did a little homework for you guys. We've hopped on here. And I did a search for Advera and product. And then it brought up a list here. I got some people in Wisconsin. I've got a handful of people. So I clicked on people. I see John Tack is this VP product management at Vera. So boom, I go here. I'm going to grab John Tack's this URL up here at the top of the screen. And I'm going to put it in the possible hiring manager bucket. Boom. All right. Possible contact person. So contact person is like who posted this. So let's go to this actual job. And usually right in the middle of this page or right here to the right of the actual info for this job, you'll have a little picture of someone who posted it. This is not showing that. I'm scrolling down. It just goes right to the job description. There's no hints or clues here of who actually posted this particular job. Usually, there's a couple different reasons why that's probably happened. One, Advera might have their ATS, which is their applicant tracking system, synced up with LinkedIn. So anytime they have a new job in their ATS or their HR system, it automatically just pushes out and publishes to LinkedIn. No author, nothing else. It just automatically pushes it. The other way is if it was a job, like if I post a job as a recruiter, I have a little logo that pops up in my picture, and you know that I posted it. So you would know automatically who was the contact person, the person that is actually posting it. So we don't have that right now. So I don't know who posted it, but my likely suspect right now is John Tack. And I'm sorry, John Tack, if you get 1,900 emails and phone calls after this webinar, which would be amazing, right? The company website. When we scroll over a little bit, I already went and grabbed that. We got Advera. I'll put this here. Log in for the job portal. So there's two ways to go about it. If I apply through LinkedIn, that it's going to go through a couple different layers before it might end up in John's inbox or the HR's inbox. I would suggest that you go straight to Advera's website and find this job. So most likely, when you go to any corporate website, if you need to find the careers page or where do you need to apply, go to their about. If it's not up on the top, look under about, and then here we go. We got careers. And then we're going to look at view open positions. I'm not going to apply right now because I don't want to take away your guys' opportunity. I'm a wonderful product manager. I have no idea how to do that job. But you got 34 opportunities. I'm scrolling down, see if I can find it. Looks we got product manager. It's been open for 12 days. And really, guys, if there's only 96 applicants in LinkedIn, it's been open for 12 days. This is actually there's a lot of opportunity here to try to get this particular job. So, okay, we got Avera, got the full job description. Yeah, they've got their corporate HR system or their ATS is definitely synced up with LinkedIn because they got this on the LinkedIn button on their actual corporate page too. So, okay, if I did apply now, it looks like I got to register. I would end up, and it looks like it's AltiPro, which is one of the ATS tools. If you look at the URL up here. So I'm going to pop that into the login portal. Let's just pretend I did it correctly and do that there. Resume submitted. Let's see if we can pop out of that cell. We're going to put today. So what we got? 12, 20, 23. So close to Christmas. Phone number. And we can go back to the Advera site, corporate site. Boom. Contact. We've got no corporate number. We'll do that research here in a bit. I'll show you how to find that. And then let's go back to the job tracker one more time. Email address. So let's pretend we're trying to find John Tack's email address, right? So we think John Tack might be it. If I was trying to figure that out, there's a couple different ways I could do it. One of the quickest ways is this tool called Rocket Reach. So if you're on Rocket Reach, and you can get a free demo, but you also can get credits too. Like if you add content to it, they'll give you credits so you can go pull other information. And according to Rocket Reach, their email nomenclature is simply jane.doe@advera.com. And they say 99% sure that's how it works. Okay. So if that's the case, and we think John Tack is the guys right here, John Tack, ChatGPT, wrong window. And we think it's advera.com. So we're going to do John Todd Tack at advera.com. Boom. How'd you hear about this job? I saw it on LinkedIn. And again, you're doing this homework for yourself because your memory's probably amazing. You have a really good memory. But if you're job hunting for more than a few weeks, you start to forget all these things. And you start to lose track. Where did I apply? Did I figure out who the hiring manager was? Job description and keywords. Okay, why do I have a bucket here? Well, what you're going to eventually do, you're going to apply online. But who knows if John Tack is going to see it? Okay, so if John Tack is not going to see your actual resume, what do we do? What do we send to John? So what you could do is if I go to that job description and I grab it, boop, responsibilities, let's grab that. Okay, cool. And I go to ChatGPT and I say, hey, you know what? ChatGPT, do me a favor. Read this job and tell me the top 3 key skills or task I need. And I do colon, I paste it, boom. I scroll down. It simplifies the job a little bit. Okay. Now, what I could do if I had my resume is I could say, read my resume and help me create bullet points that compare my resume to these 3 top skills. And it will actually create this quick, like makeshift pitch about your background. And what you would do from there is I would say, I would probably say something like, create a pitch email for the hiring manager. I have 7 years experience in this type of work. Make it less than 5 sentences. And now I'm not going to feed it content, so it's going to make some stuff up probably. But if I actually have a resume about product management, I could copy and paste some of that stuff in here. So all of a sudden it's creating a little pitch email and it's like, Dear John Tack, I'm writing to express my interest in the product manager position at Advera with 7 years experience. I have a proven track record of market-driven product development, roadmap management, cross-functional collaboration. I'm enthusiastic. Great, cool. I've got a little nugget here to start with how am I going to create this email. So anyway, I can grab this. I grab that. I could even throw that into my job tracker. And underneath like the notes, I could probably throw that over. But the job description keywords, let me go back up. Sorry, let me back up. Back up. This piece. All right, I grabbed this, which I know there's a bit cleaner way to do that so it doesn't get all the formatting, but we're going to do it this way. Boom. All right. And it didn't like that very much. I have to do that a better way because it's starting to comma separate it. Okay, pretend that went in there the right way and paste it in there easily. I guess I could grab it from here and pop that into the tracker. Still not doing it right. Never mind. We'll come back to that. Status application, we'll just say applied for now. But the part here is like, is marking whether you got it rejected or not, or if you know what the next stage is. Because piece of this, raise your hand if you've ever been auto rejected for like a LinkedIn application. I have, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. Well, little secret, when a recruiter or the ATS is posting the job, there's these little catch-all like triggers, I guess I would call it, or little flags that you can say auto reject if they don't have 5 years experience, auto reject if they don't have a bachelor's degree in this particular field of study, auto reject if, and all of a sudden there's like a list of these auto rejects. And if you don't match up with one of them, boom, automatic email that shows up in your inbox. It says, sorry, Clint, we don't like you. You're rejected. Wah, wah. Well, sometimes those fields get auto created by the job description. And if it's going through an ATS that automatically pushes it into LinkedIn, it might be creating some type of filter that's not really true. So you got to, like, if you get auto rejected, don't automatically be like, I'm done. That's the last time I'm going to talk to them. I'm out of the race, whatever. John, or whoever it is, only has 96 applicants. That's really not that many considering with the job market right now. I thought there would be hundreds of people applying to that job. So we follow up. We go and we actually send John an email about this. And my advice on something like that is keep it short and sweet. Don't send a copy of your resume. I would actually send probably 2 or 3 bullet points that match up with the bullet points of this job, by saying, here's where I can add value. Give me some advice on how do I go through the process of getting an interview at Advera. That would be my quick tactic. Now, that's just one job. It's a lot. It could be a lot of work. Like we're talking about, 1, you got to do some data entry besides you actually just applying to the job. 2, we're doing research. Like who do we think the hiring manager would be? 3, we're going to find the actual email address for that possible hiring manager. And here's the thing. What if we hit up everybody within John's organization? Like not just John, but what about Michelle, that is the director of product? What about Roger that does this? Like get all their email addresses, send them all an email, and just say, I need your advice. I'd like to work for Advera. Can we chat? Can we hop on a 15-minute call? I'd like to hear about your career there. I'd like to hear about your team there, whatever the question might be. But do not send them a copy of your resume. 1, if you send them an attachment of a PDF or a Word doc, it's probably going to go in their spam. 2, you don't know them yet. You don't know them yet. That's a big ask. That's like you met somebody randomly and be like, hi, I just met you. Do you want to get married? Versus like, hi, I just met you. Do you want to grab coffee? Well, just saying, I want your advice or can I have your advice? It's a low barrier of entry. It's going to make it easier for you to be able to get their attention and say, yes, let's chat. So job tracker. Hopefully this makes sense to you guys. It's nice and easy. Again, it's in the comments already in the LinkedIn. I will add this. It's on the comments from the YouTube channel already too, but I'll actually rebroadcast this out as an article later and attach it to that too. Another great thing about the job tracker, or the idea of having a job tracker, is that you can then start to set the pace of saying, you know what, I need to, by this date, I need to actually be at 20 applications. And this way you can like set a pace for yourself. And the way I would do that is actually mark it with a color. Say, okay, my job today, I'm going to fill up all these bars. I'm going to apply to this many jobs, and I'm going to do this much research, and I'm going to send that many follow-up emails to who I think the hiring manager is. This way you set the pace for yourself, because I think that's one of the things too, when your self-worth tanks right after you lose a job. Let's say like day 3 after a layoff, you get this surprise email from HR, right? Hey, we appreciate your time here at Indeed or LinkedIn or Facebook, wherever, all the big companies that did all the major layoffs in the past couple of years. You're as of noon today, you're no longer an employee. We're going to send you blah blah blah. Well, the shock hits, and then a few days later, you start to actually job hunt, and you start to like get back on the horse and look. Well, setting a pace for yourself of how many applications should I send out is a great way to like feel productive, and not feel productive, but be productive. If you have a job tracker, then you got this heat map, you got this visual thing of something you're doing and taking action versus constantly asking yourself, am I doing enough? Did I apply to enough jobs? How many did I apply for this week? And then somebody asks you, like, how's the job search going? I've been applying. I'm out there. I'm applying to stuff. I haven't really got a lot of feedback. The job tracker helps you stay on task. It helps you like be accountable and be able to like actually like see a pattern of like, oh, I'm getting auto rejected from these types of companies, but these types of companies, I'm getting interviews. Why is that? So it's going to give you data. And if you are in product management, what's a great way to find out? Like a little bit A/B testing, right? Hey, which email works well? When I do a follow-up email, which one actually gets me a response? Okay, quit sending this long one. Let me keep sending this short one. Which title or which subject line gets a better response? There's so many different things that you could do, but if you don't have the data, if you're not tracking it somewhere, you won't know. Like you're not going to have the capability. I'm going to pause here for a second, and actually I'm going to stop sharing, hop into a normal screen, and I'm going to see if you guys have any questions for me. Let me know in the comments section. I don't think a whole lot of folks did hop on today, but that's cool. I'm going to actually take this video. It'll stay up here on LinkedIn Live, but I'm going to take the YouTube and clean that up, and I'll push it back out to everybody with notes. And I also will put a couple different versions of job trackers out there. I know like Airtable has a template for it. There, if you go on Microsoft Excel and you go through templates, there's a template in there for a job tracker. And really, if you just Google the phrase job tracker template, there's just hundreds of these out there that other people have created. So that's a simple way to be able to do that also. I really appreciate you guys hopping on and listening. If you guys have questions about this, please send me a direct message on LinkedIn. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me. Add me on LinkedIn. Our team, so the company I work for, again, it's called Agile Resources. We're a division of GEE Corporation. We have several other sister companies that do tech recruiting also. That includes Access Data in Denver, Paladin Consulting out of Dallas, Texas, and S&I Technology, which is nationwide also like Agile. If you guys are job hunting, I wish you good luck. My biggest thing I would tell you is stay organized, stay persistent, and don't let auto rejections, don't let them ruin your day because they're not real. It's not like a human's back there like telling you no. It's actually some type of filter that's created. But 2, like follow it past it. Be hungry for no's, not yeses, because you're only going to get a few yeses out of like 95 applications. Only a few of those things are going to be yeses. So you're going to have to set the bar of like, I'm hungry for no's. I need to get 100 no's this week versus 100 yeses, because 100 yeses are not going to happen. So counting how many no's you get and rejection and clarifying, am I really rejected or not, is actually going to be healthier for you, a healthier goal to go after than the yeses. I think that's it. Merry Christmas to you guys. And if you have questions, please let me know. Thank you all, and I'll talk to you soon.